Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Prominence Developer Chat. My name is Mike Morrison, and I'm the owner of Digital Media Workshop. And today, we're here to provide some answers to some of the many questions that we've been getting via email and Facebook. And to help do that, I'm joined by Kevin McGrath, the lead programmer and co-designer on Prominence.
Hi, Mike. How's it going?
Hey, how's it going, Kevin?
Good. Doing good.
Let's take a minute before we get to the questions and just tell everyone what kind of cool stuff does the lead programmer and co-designer on Prominence get to do?
Well, let me tell you, it's some cool stuff. I work on the coding for the game engine, as well as the scripting code for the Prominence game. And that takes care of the lead programming part. The co-designer part, I get to work and help out on the story and the puzzle design. And also I get to fill in a bit on all the backstory stuff that goes on sort of behind the scenes of the game to make sure that we have like a cohesive story. And I get to do cool stuff like work on the dialogue and that sort of thing. So that whole sort of shell basically encompasses that co-designer part.
You get to do a lot of cool stuff.
I do. It's very awesome. It's very, very cool. It's a lot of hats to juggle around, but it's a lot of fun.
Well, I have here a list of questions from the community, and so I think we should get started.
Okay.
So the first question is actually a two-parter. Is Prominence still alive? And part B, are you still alive?
Well, I'm happy to say that the answer to both of those questions is yes. Prominence is still alive. It's still going. We are still alive. We're not the first, undead development team in existence. We're still both here.
Yeah, although I do remember having a dialogue a while back about how in zombie films, rather than casting extras and making them up with zombie makeup, they could just hire some indie game developers to show up on the day.
That's right.
And it would pretty much be the same thing.
Yes.
We've had a lot of interest and attention coming our way the last few weeks from fans via email and Facebook, and we're very grateful for it. But I was off the grid for about 2 weeks. I was very sick. I had the flu, and then of course in this day and age of the internet and email and voicemail and all that stuff, when you come back from being away for 2 weeks, you have this avalanche waiting for you. So really I've been spending the last 3 weeks catching up, and so that's why things have been kind of quiet. But having said that, Prominence is on schedule to release this year, and I'll go a step further by saying right now it's looking like it will be well before the holiday season.
Yay! Woo!
And I probably shouldn't say more than that because I could get us into trouble. So,
yes. Also, if you haven't figured it out by now, Mike and I are both from New York, and of course, right. so that means that we sort of come along with that wonderful New York accent. We're both from New York, the state, not the city. So
we can destroy the English language with the best of them.
With the best of them, yes. So we apologize in advance.
But we can't change who we are. So instead, I will ask you another question.
Okay.
So the next question is, why haven't there been any newsletters lately? It's been a long time since there was a newsletter release.
The reason why that is because we're a very small team. And each of us has to wear a lot of hats. I'm juggling about 6 of them. Mike probably has like 12 of them. And there really are only 2 full-time devs, and they're both in this dev chat.
That's right. We do have a great team, and we are grateful for all of the effort put in by every member of the Prominence team. But when push comes to shove and you're talking about production time, Kevin and I are really the only full-time developers on the project, and so we wear all these hats. And one of the things that inevitably happens is we can't communicate as much as we'd like to.
Yeah, I mean, and particularly right now, we're sort of we're we're pushing towards getting to the end of the project. And so right now, there's kind of a toss up between, working on the project and getting it done, and also reporting on it at the same time.
Right, and that didn't used to be a problem for us because we actually had somebody on the team who was championing the newsletters, and that was Debbie, and she was our newsletter editor. And unfortunately now Deb's had to move on to some other things, and we're so focused on trying to push through the end of production that it's really painful for us to step away from production and run out and start trying to compile a newsletter. Even though it's something we want to do, it's really hard because we want to get the production done and get the game out to everybody.
Yeah, exactly. There's a rumor going around that she's the only person who also has a Prominence T-shirt too. Is that true?
That is true. I can confirm that rumor. That rumor is true. But I don't know if it's a consolation prize, but we do have pens.
Yes, we do have pens. That's right.
You and I have pens. I don't think she has. I don't actually. You know what? I think she has a pen too.
She has a pen too.
Now I'm really in trouble.
Yep.
And don't I owe you a box of donuts too?
You do owe me a box of donuts. Yes, the Entenmann's.
Maybe if we do another one of these dev chats, we'll tell the story about the box of donuts.
Yeah, it's a box of donuts. Yeah. Yep.
All of our wonderful beta testers know the inside joke on that one because I think it's actually made its way onto the beta chats.
The beta forums. So
we're going to send out a newsletter about this developer chat, and we hope that if you're watching this, that you will share the link with friends, with the adventure community. We hope you'll post it to community sites. If you know somebody who wants to maybe translate it from English into something else, we would be hugely indebted and grateful to you. Anything like that to help get the word out, we would be hugely grateful. So thank you.
Absolutely. Yes. So the next question that we usually get, and we get this one a lot as well, is where's the demo and when can we play it?
Right. Great question. So the publisher demo was released. It's already out and is currently in the hands of publishers all around the world, which is really exciting. The next step with that will be that we will release a demo to the press, and then sometime after that it will go to the public, which will either be before or in conjunction with the actual release of the game.
Yes, and part of the reason for that is the demo that went out to the publishers and the demo that's going to go out to the press is sort of like a work in progress. And when we finally have the demo going out to the public, we want it to be indicative of what the final game is going to be like. So I'm going to ask the next question.
Okay.
And the next question is, right on the heels of the publisher's got the demo, so why is there no news or announcements about publishing yet?
That's a great question. The reason for that is because we're talking with multiple interested publishers and partners around the world. And while there are some very exciting possibilities ahead, we can't really say anything until things are finalized, because that could get us into a lot of trouble. So there's really exciting things going on, but we can't say anything yet. Once paperwork is finalized and things are signed and those things are set in stone, then we will undoubtedly have huge announcements with fireworks and flares and all that stuff. And you'll probably hear from our partners at that point too, because they'll be talking about the game as well. But like so many other things, it's not a fast process right now. It takes a lot of time, and there's going to be attorneys involved and all that, so that automatically stretches out the timeline a bit. But rest assured, as soon as anything is decided, fans and people in the adventure community will be the first to know.
Absolutely. That'll be a party day. Woo!
It will be a big party day. Probably Probably second only to the launch party.
Yes, exactly.
Exciting times ahead.
So we're going to be putting out a newsletter, and I'm wondering if we shouldn't drop a little bit of extra goodies in that newsletter, like maybe a new screenshot.
I know, right? Everybody's been starved for so long. We really should try to do something nice and include a couple extras in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're thinking screenshot?
I'm thinking screenshot. I'm
thinking wallpaper.
You're thinking why don't we do both? Screenshot and wallpaper. Yeah, absolutely.
And the art department just got a couple new action items.
Let me throw another couple of hats in there. Here you go. Here's another one.
New screenshot, new wallpaper. Okay, great.
We could give everybody a set of free Ginsu steak knives too. You know,
well, before we get carried off into any further action items from Mike, I'm pleased to see that we've reached the end of our user list of questions for now.
So if you have any questions or feedback about this video, you can post them in the comments section, or you can send us an email. The address is info@prominancegame.com.
And let us know if you would like to see more of these kinds of chats, because we're doing this through Skype, and we have Skype meetings every week for Prominence production, and it would be pretty easy to record more of these if you find this thing kind of informative and fun. And if you do think that you'd like to see more of these, go ahead and tell us in the comments or via email about other topics that you'd like to see us discuss in future dev chats. So thanks for joining us for this Prominence developer chat. Have a great day, and we look forward to releasing Prominence later this year.
All righty. So long, everybody.
So long, everyone.